Hello and welcome. My name is Mark Blatstein, the physician founder of Physician Pre-Sentence Report Service. I'd like to introduce you to my brand new website, updated from where it's been for the last 9 or 10 years. My phone number, 240-888-7778, email drmb@pprsus.com. Today, I'm going to discuss a gentleman who's been in the news for a while. We're all going to remember him, former U.S. Representative George Santos, where he eventually pled guilty to wire fraud and identity theft, but that's down several dozen federal charges. And so let's kind of get to it, if you will. He did eventually plead, but is he really capable of accepting responsibility and convincing the judge? This is a YouTube that I did in 2023. And at that point, he had nearly 24 criminal charges. Again, my name is Mark Blatstein, and I've been where you are, and I'm here today to help you on your journey. With work, I was actually able to get my medical license reinstated and my career and practice back. Preparation for release, or at least considering it before you get to your pre-sentence interview, is a start in the right direction. I realize it may seem premature, but it's not. They made you may wind up doing something completely different, but I was terrified. I didn't know what I didn't know what I would do. This was medicine was the only thing I really knew. But having a plan and a daily routine put in place before you actually enter prison day one, where you know what to expect before you walk through their front door, is a good place to start. And again, I had no idea what to expect, which is why I'm here today to be able to, or why I took this career change so that I can share with you what I needed to have and didn't. Prison is temporary. And while you won't realize it while you're inside and you're going through the day in and day out, the people who are there, this is their job 24/7. So Mr. Santos eventually pled guilty to wire fraud and aggravated identity theft. What was in the papers and where he was quoted, it's in Rolling Stone. He said, "My sins were embellishing my resume. I'm sorry." This isn't enough. And that's why I put why here. And so we're going to open up a new thing, a new, if you will, tab here. And he's quoted here in Rolling Stone, where he pled to going ahead and embellishing his resume in light of his 23 felony charges. But that's just not going to be enough because it conflicts with his superseding indictment. And this is, and you can go to my website and look it up, but this was a deal killer. I mean, he needed to go ahead and plead guilty. Otherwise, those 23 felony charges would have really sunk him. And so, quoting from the U.S. attorney, a short time ago, after years of telling lies, former Congressman George Santos stood in the courthouse behind me, finally under oath told the truth. And the truth is that he's a criminal, Attorney Peace said. Santos pled guilty to serious crimes involving fraud and identity theft. He also admitted to committing other crimes, and he was charged in the superseding indictment, which I showed you briefly. As a result, he was held to account for his actions. U.S. Attorney Peace stated that a plea deal could result in a sentencing ranging from 6 to 8 years, and he's scheduled to go to sentencing on February 7th. So his future, these are just my own personal comments. He can do himself benefit. It's just whether is he capable. So a well-written personal narrative. This is the one thing that anyone can do that can help a judge understand who he is or who we are, because they know that crimes don't happen in a vacuum. But this is going to require Mr. Santos to have like a come to Jesus moment with himself, to be honest with himself, or his attorney, if Mr. Santos is willing to be able to talk this through with him. But I don't know that he is, that he has the capability to be introspective and to see where he went wrong, or a family member who thinks they can help him see daylight and they believe that they can help him change, or if Mr. Santos even wants to. Otherwise, it's real important that when he goes into sentencing, judges have great bullshit detectors, BS detectors. And this is a line that you don't want to cross with the probation officer, who is going to be the most important person that George Santos is going to meet. Because when the probation officer conducts the interview and investigation, but the interview first with George Santos, if they do not trust him, everything is going to go downhill quickly. So here's how it pans out very briefly. A 6-year sentence, I'm not going to go 7, is about 72 months. Good time credit up front is about 52 days off a year. times 6 years, maybe he'll get, based on 6 years, 312 days off a sentence. There's a big caveat here. He can't get in any trouble. Now, can he be trusted to do everything correctly when he's there? I don't know. I mean, if we're using his past that only we know about from what's been published, I don't know about that. Earned time credit, which is through the First Step Act, for he can get 1 year off his sentence for 2 years off, approximately, of taking these earned time credit classes through the First Step Act. Again, can he be trusted to stay out of trouble? We don't know. If he borrows someone's cell phone and he makes a call on the cell phone that maybe is to someone, a phone number on his contact list, and that phone will eventually get found, what's he going to do? I mean, will he tell on the person who gave him the phone? That gets him in trouble. If he doesn't tell on the person who gave him the phone, he could wind up with another charge. He could lose all of his earned time credits, all of his good time credits. They maybe could put him in isolation or in solitary confinement, or he could be sent to another prison. And so, it's pitted with different obstacles that he could wind up with more problems through the initial 6 year sentence. And lastly, there's RDAP, which is a drug program. I do not have any idea if he's eligible, but if he is, then, I listen, I wish him the best. But I hope, and I'm pretty confident that his attorneys are aware of everything that I'm reviewing here. And I hope that if some people that listen to this know Mr. Santos, that they pass these thoughts or these opinions on to him. Hope you found this helpful. I hope that you have found it helpful, and that I appreciate you taking the time to listen. Have a good day and stay safe.